Hello, I'm Christina with The Turned Leg. I love to salvage, repurpose, and create and help others to do the same. Recently, my mom, daughter, and I headed on our summer vacation. This year, we were traveling to Alpena, Michigan, which is 4 hours north. It also is located right on the shore of Lake Huron. Lots to do in this area. And of course, while we were there, we decided to do some thrifting. So sit back and take a look at all of the great thrift stores in Alpena, Michigan. Make sure to stay tuned to the end of this video. I will show you everything I found. First was the Goodwill. This is a good-sized thrift store, very clean, very well organized. I started in the book section. I did not find any old books here, but they were organized by genre, which was kind of nice. The furniture section had a lot of good vintage pieces at excellent prices. I just didn't have a large enough vehicle since I was on a family vacation this time. I loved the tufted chair and sofa. Not crazy about the stuffed animal on the sofa though. Up next was housewares. There were a lot of new or in really good shape items for your home, not a ton of vintage. Any idea what this is? A light, but what does it hold on the bottom? I just couldn't figure it out. Home good prices were very similar to what they were around me, and that meant they were a little high in my book. I had never seen anything like this calendar, thought it was kind of cool, but not for $6.99. So excited over the vintage cash box, great price, but unfortunately huge dent in the side. I did keep looking, but this Goodwill really had nothing I wanted, not a lot of vintage items. So we were off to the next store. Are you enjoying this video? If so, take a second, click that like button, also subscribe. If you click the bell, you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. It really helps me to continue to grow my channel to help others to salvage, repurpose, and create. It was the Habitat for Humanity Restore in Alpena. Restores are great. They typically have a lot more furniture and building materials and appliances and such that have been donated once people upgrade their homes. Always fun places to check out. But immediately I noticed the prices were a bit high for my budget. I was pleased to see some house goods here. Normally restores are a little light on those. This blender was $5. I loved the framed picture on the wall, but on closer inspection it was $90. Maybe a good price if you're buying it for your home, but not for resale. I did find a whole bunch of these hand grinders. They were all about $3 each in really good shape, but I had no use for them. And then I got to canister land. Have you ever seen so many? Clear glass is not selling well for me right now, but there's a lot of them there. Occasionally, the salvage area will have vintage treasures, like wooden shutters and cool old doors with chippy finishes. Didn't find any here today, but make sure you check them out if you visit a restore. The other great thing about the Restore is it has tons of things you'd find in a hardware at really inexpensive prices. Even paint. And lots of lamps that were brass or brass looking. All were about $6 each, came with a shade. And directly across the street is my favorite thrift store of Alpena on this visit. They always seem to change, and that is the St. Vincent de Paul. The store is very large. It even has some rooms off to the side. The first contains a whole bunch of craft items, and then the next room has books leading into home goods and all of their vintage items. They have their books organized, and of course I found the cookbooks. I did pick up a few. Stay tuned to the end to see what cookbooks I found. All books at the store were reasonably priced at 59 cents each. My favorite section of all was the vintage area. Vintage items, not at vintage prices. This entire stack of dishes were $2.99. This shelf had me looking. I was here for a good 15 minutes looking at each item. Lots of treasures hidden inside. But you had to be careful. This piece had a small chip in the lid. And I was pleased to see the price tag also reflected the chip. I even found Sesame Street cookie cutters at $1.59. I passed on them. Do you think I made a mistake? Comment down below. Great lampshade, but it did have some damage to the metal area. There was also a small ironing board and one of these, light bright. And so many 8-tracks. Wait till you see which ones I picked up. And there were tons of vintage games. I found this little guy. I think the fur was put on later, but I remember the toy. Anyone remember what it was called? And just like the vintage section did not disappoint, the vintage book section was a gold mine too. And I wasn't even halfway through the store yet. After I went around the store once, I went back to vintage and I was greeted by Santa. So excited by this California pottery, but unfortunately it was chipped. The last thrift store to visit in Alpena was the Salvation Army. And I started off right in home goods. I loved this little chair for only $2.99, but when I doubled back for it, somebody already grabbed it. That'll teach me to wait on items I like. Always snatch them up, put them in your cart. I think this guy is at almost every thrift store. Have you seen him? There were beautiful dishes at the store. This was ironstone. I also loved how they bundled up their glass sets. They put them in baskets and taped them in. What a smart idea. There was some furniture here, but not too much. I loved the look of this chair, but unfortunately the seat was not in good shape. And this Salvation Army continued the color coding tradition. So many great thrift stores and treasures. Let's take a look at what I got. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you some other great locations near Alpena, Michigan. If you're there, you don't want to miss. A lot of this thrift haul you're going to be seeing today is books, but the prices were so good. I just could not pass them up. Starting things off is the Shirley Temple storybook for only 99 cents. I'd never seen this book before. Have you? I also found this gardening book, even better with the cover off. Gardening books sell well for me. And there were so many children's books. Many of the books that I purchased had a horse theme to them. All of these older books were 99 cents each. At my shop, they normally retail about $5 each. I don't sell a lot of children's toys, but I couldn't pass this up for $4.99. It was almost complete. It had all of the cards and almost all of the letters, missing a few doubles of some, and it also had some numbers. So I know you've been waiting to see the 8 tracks I picked up because I am near Dearborn with Ford headquarters. I couldn't pass up this one. I also picked up a Big Band's 8-track and more children's books. This was a very old children's book. It actually had a retail price in there from an antique store of $40. I got it for $1.99. I loved Mom's Helping Hand, 99 cents. Shouldn't probably be used, but fun for home decor. And this is where my heart skipped a beat. Growing up, everyone loved Speak and Spell, but I wanted this, the Speak and Math. In fact, I would check it out of my school library to play with because I loved it so much. Not only did I get one with the directions, but check it out, it works.
Solve it, level 1.
I kind of love this trophy. Why not celebrate last place? I found some great dishes too in Alpena, and you can't beat the prices. I also found a few cookbooks, some I have never seen before. And some unique salt and pepper shakers. And more great dishes. I'm kind of finicky on these because unless they're really good, they're not going to sell for me, but I couldn't pass these up. And I have a thing for amber glass lately. These were $1 each. And I had never seen the Handyman's book before. My mom told me she had it growing up. If you're interested in any of these items, I do have online thrift haul sales on my Facebook page. You can check the link in the description box below. Also, to see a list of the current thrifted treasures I have for sale, you can go to my website at shoptheturnedleg.com. I hope you enjoyed my thrifting adventure in Alpena, Michigan. While you are there, I would highly recommend 3 restaurants that we really liked. One was called the Fresh Palate. The other was the Hungry Hippie, that is seasonal only. And the last was Mangoes, which is Mexican food. So Fresh Palate has exactly what it sounds like, lots of fresh fare and fresh food, including vegetarian options. Hungry Hippie is very similar, but they have amazing brownies there. We highly recommend. And Mango's great Mexican food. While you're there too, there are some great places we really enjoyed checking out. One was the Besser Museum, which also has a fossil dig area that is great for little kids. If you really enjoy fossil hunting, there are a ton of great locations right around Alpena. I recommend checking out a YouTuber called Michigan Rocks for more information. We really enjoyed going to Rockport State Park and found so many great fossils. You can also check, there is a paleontologist called Paleo Joe that does visit the area in the summer once a month for tours. So if you have little people, they might really, or even big people, might really enjoy going fossil hunting with a paleontologist. Also nearby in Osaneki, there is Dinosaur Gardens, which is a one-of-a-kind attraction where you can walk through a forest that a gentleman built with chicken wire and cement. He built life-size models of dinosaurs. It is very cool. Like I said, one-of-a-kind location. It took him many years, and it is a very fun place to visit. I hope I've inspired you now to get out there to salvage, repurpose, and create. One more thing, if you have any good locations for me to visit for some good thrifting treasures, either in Michigan or Northern Ohio, please drop them down below. I'm always trying to check out some new spots. Thanks so much.